It is Game 7 of the 2018 Eastern Conference Finals, and then this play happens.
45 remaining. Tatum drives down and throws it down! Wow!
This was Jayson Tatum as a rookie. This dunk would cut the lead to 2 and put the Boston Celtics on the cusp of reaching the NBA Finals. Since then, Jayson Tatum would go on to have a multitude of moments in the playoffs where he taps into a level of greatness that his young contemporaries in the league just haven't reached yet. In 2021, the Brooklyn Nets were easily the best team in the league. When KD, Kyrie, and Harden played, they were basically unstoppable, and it's pretty easy to tell that if they were all healthy during the playoff run, they would have won the NBA championship. Heck, if either Kyrie or Harden were healthy, they probably still would have won the championship, and that's pretty evident by what happened against the Milwaukee Bucks, where it's pretty much just KD, and they were literally one toe from winning the series. However, in round 1 of that year, they played the Boston Celtics with a Jayson Tatum who was going into that series without his running mate Jaylen Brown because he was injured. The Celtics were fully expected to be swept that series, however Jayson Tatum would not allow it, and in Game 3 he drops 50 points on KD, Kyrie, and Harden to take a game off them. Now, the Celtics still ended up losing the series 4-1, however, this was very significant for the next year where they would meet again in the first round, and this time, Tatum had his running mate in Jaylen Brown, and the series was much different. Now, the Nets had lost Harden by that point, so it was just KD and Kyrie. However, many people still thought and predicted that the Nets could win the series. However, what ended up happening was one of the most impressive series victories I've ever seen, as the Celtics swept the Nets and put on one of the most impressive defensive displays I've ever seen against both KD and Kyrie. Tatum averaged 29 a game for that series on 61.5% true shooting. However, the best part of his game that series was the smothering defense he played against both KD and Kyrie. It was honestly one of the best two-way performances I've ever seen watching the NBA. And this wasn't even his best moment from the playoffs that year, because later on in the next round, he would have one of the best performances in NBA history. Yes, I know what I said, one of the best performances in NBA history. In a Game 6 against the defending champs, the Milwaukee Bucks, in Milwaukee, against Giannis Antetokounmpo, who many people believe to be the best player in the NBA at the time, Jayson Tatum would go on to drop 46 points and extend the series to a Game 7 in which they would also win. And then finally, just last year, in a Game 7 against the Philadelphia 76ers, Jayson Tatum would go on to drop an NBA all-time record 51 points. Jayson Tatum has only played 7 years in the league and has already been in 5 conference finals and 2 NBA finals. None of his young contemporaries in the league have even come close to reaching that level of success, yet it seems like we are always so quick to jump every young player ahead of him. Before the conference finals started, I saw people having him as the 3rd, and heck, even sometimes the 4th best player remaining out of the 4 young stars leading their team in Luka, Edwards, and Halliburton. However, it should have been very clear even before the conference finals started that only Luka could be argued to be the better player. Edwards and Halliburton are not that close yet. And now, here we are. Tatum just finished averaging 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists to reach his 2nd NBA Finals in the last 3 years. He also became only the 5th player ever to lead their team in points, rebounds, and assists while reaching the NBA Finals. He now has another chance to capture his first NBA championship, and maybe when he does that, people might finally give him the respect that he's deserved this entire time.